How you doing? This is Keith from CustomWorks. We've been getting a lot of questions lately. What do you guys do in your shop, and what kind of projects are you working on? And so we decided to kind of give you an idea of what we work on here and some of the projects that we do. Well, a lot of you are familiar with this is my personal car here. It's my 1971 Camaro. It's got a lot of development time, and a lot of our products were developed directly in this car. And so a lot of what we get in our shop are usually generally 70 to 73 Camaros. Not a lot of other later model ones in California, but this is a lot of typical stuff that we work on. So this car is pretty typical of what our customers are looking for. A lot of people associate CustomWorks with being more race oriented, but we do build a lot of street cars, and probably 80% of our customers are looking for just a good street driving car. So we'll kind of walk through some of this stuff here. This is our deluxe rear 12-inch brake kit. It's a nice setup. It really works well with our C5 type front brake setup. It's a 12-inch setup. It's fairly heavy duty, works great on the street. You could probably do light track use with it if necessary. Right here, the back of the car, we've basically got a stock 10 bolt that we've gone through, put an Eaton posi gears and whatnot in it, some chrome Holley axles. This is our adjustable rear sway bar. It uses the factory style drop links on it. This particular car, we didn't use our new clamp-on style one because this car actually had the factory mounts up on the frame up here. These are our standard 2G leaf springs on the back of the car. Here's a shot of our shackle kit here. Here's a shot of our comp leaf locator and our U-bolts that come standard in our rear leaf spring kit. We're getting ready to do subframe connectors pretty soon on the car. Here's a picture of our body bushings installed. We've got a 5-speed Tremec 5-speed, TKO 5-speed that we put in this car. So moving to the front, this is our C5 big brake kit, our do-it-yourself brake kit. These are actually the 4th gen 98 to 2002 style calipers with the C5 style rotor on it. Our front sway bar. If you can see that very well, it's our adjustable upper arms, tubular lowers, and our bolt-in coilover setup. Also, here's one of our fuel injection tanks that we're getting ready to put into the car. Got it all plumbed and assembled. Nice piece. As you probably noticed in the video, we got quite a few LS motors laying around. We do a lot of LS swaps in this shop, and unfortunately the car that you've been looking at, the yellow one, it's not getting an LS motor, but we're gonna put a Sniper fuel injection system on it. So what we got here is a Holley Sniper EFI system. We've done quite a few of these in the shop, and really, if you're not in the budget to do an LS swap, or you have a really good small block, big block, it's really more cost effective to go this route versus doing an LS swap. The Sniper system comes with this handheld controller, which is really cool. You can do pretty much all your tuning from here. They do make a software you can use a laptop. It's a little bit got a lot more features involved with that. If you got something that's pretty much exotic. Otherwise, the nice thing about this system is when you're not tuning with this handheld controller, you can actually set it up to be gauges, and you can really monitor things like fuel pressure, air fuel ratio. You can actually do your coolant temperature, your fuel pressure, or your oil pressure. You can do quite a bit of stuff with this thing other than just tuning with it. These things are pretty basic, pretty easy to install. I mean, they're not really any different than a carburetor. They're gonna bolt on just like your carburetor. Your linkages are gonna hook up. We've actually even had good luck hooking these up with like a 700 R4 with a TV cable attachment. There's not really any special brackets you need. We just bolt it right to the lever, and it seems to shift pretty well, and everything works out pretty well. All right, so question is, what is the guy who works on second gen Camaros and Firebirds, what does he drive every day? Well, this is what he drives every day. 1968 Firebird. He even drove it today in the rain. And yes, it has an LS motor in it. It's an LS1 with a 4L60 transmission. It's got a Holley Terminator management system. It's got air conditioning. Nice car. Basically all the suspension and drivetrain is basically mirrors what we do with the second gens. Same kind of control arms and spring packages and different stuff. We don't really market that stuff, but we do have that stuff available, and we do put these cars together. At some point, I think we have some room for growth into the first gen market. It's a pretty saturated market, but anyways, we stick to what we do, and that's second gen Camaros. But this is what was my daily driver.